Hi, friends. Did you know that in Paul's letter to the Philippians, he greets his church in a very unusual way? He greets them as the saints in Christ Jesus at Philippi. What does it mean to be a saint? Well, saints are recognized as those men and women who are followers of Christ, who have dedicated their lives to serve Christ's mission and ministry in the world. And so let me ask you, do you think that Mount Pleasant has saints among us, those men and women that are working tirelessly behind the scenes for the welfare of the church, for its message, for its ministries, to be a light in a dark and weary world? Well, friends, today I want to introduce you to two saints that have served us for so long and that we want to honor today for their work, for their ministry, and for the example of what true discipleship is all about. I can't help but wonder if this is exactly what Paul meant when he recognized the saints in Philippi. Today we want to have a conversation with John and Linda Bargeloh. John has been our treasurer for this church for the last 10 years. While we have gathered here in the sanctuary, he has been crunching numbers and making sure that our finances are in good order. Linda has been the leading advocate and a financial manager for the Learning Center for the last 14 years. She continues to make sure that they have what they need so that the Learning Center and Mount Pleasant has a good reputation in the community. And so I had an opportunity to sit down and chat with them, and I wanted to share it with you. Anyway, thanks for coming in. I just wanted to have a conversation. I know that you guys have been long-term members here at the church, and John, you've been treasurer. Well, you've been the treasurer as long as I've been here.
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
And Linda, you've been the treasurer
14.
for 14 years at the Learning Center. So you guys have seen a lot of change in both the church. The Learning Center has kind of really grown. And John, you grew up here in Mineral Wells. Is that here?
That's correct. I was baptized in this church probably in the late 40s, early 50s.
Okay.
Then after I finished my college, my career took us away from this area for 40 years.
Okay.
And we didn't know during that time whether we'd come back or not, but we, as we got closer, we thought, yeah, let's go home. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of home for us.
Yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the next county, Wirt County.
Wirt County, okay.
But I moved to Mineral Wells when I was 16. Okay. And that was a bad move for a 16-year-old. But it worked out great, I had some friends here. I'd attended church camp at Crossroads, and I was friends with some different people, including his sister. Wow. And we just were happy here.
So did you both then, you both graduated from PHS?
Yes.
Yes.
So you both have deep roots in this area.
Right.
Family and
yeah.
All right.
John more so than me because he was born in Mineral Wells, and now we're back in Mineral Wells, so yeah. This is where we'll be.
This is home.
Yeah.
That's great. Mm-hmm. Well, so you guys have been, you said you were baptized here in the 40s. Did you ever think that you would live to see the day that the churches were closed in our area?
Never.
What do you see as some of the biggest challenges because of that reality?
Well, you're just so tied to your home. You just don't feel like you're safe to go out, unless you just have to go out. Yeah. And I miss the fellowship of church. Mm-hmm. It seems like it's not Sunday if you don't go to church.
I feel that every Sunday.
Right. Mm-hmm. Of course, we watch it on streamlining, but that's not the same, really. You like to be with your friends and your family and worship together.
Yeah. Well, you guys said you've traveled around. What do you think is some of the best things about the aspects that brought you back here?
Well, the people had a big influence. We knew a lot of people in the area, and we knew they were good people. Yeah. So that was part of it. Of course, there's good people everywhere, but we just felt connected to this area.
Okay.
But, speaking of what the pandemic is doing to our church, I'm fearful that a lot of people won't come back. And I hope they do. We certainly appreciate the things that you are doing to keep people in touch. And hopefully when this is over, we'll be back to normal and be able to worship in the church again.
To kind of reflect what you said, it doesn't seem to be church if you don't see people.
Right. And I have called several people during this time just to keep in touch. And a lot of them say, oh, I can't wait till we get back to having church. And I don't want to discourage them that it won't be the same, but in other words, I'm afraid it won't quite be the same, just because of what's happened and everything.
Sure. What do you think is going to be some of the biggest challenges for trying to get in the next upcoming year?
Well, just putting the pandemic behind us, hopefully, and getting back to normal. I think there are some things that will linger for a while that we'll have to deal with, but eventually we should be able to get back to pretty much a normal society where we're free to travel and visit and shake hands and hug and stuff like that.
To be normal human beings again.
Right.
Yeah. How have you seen the Learning Center change? 14 years is long.
Well, it really hasn't changed a lot. I've been with the same director since I came.
Okay.
And of course, every year we get a different group of students. And I so enjoy the students because when I walk in the room, she's taught them to say, hi, Miss Linda, and that makes me feel important. But I think it's growing, every year they learn to do a little different type of thing. So it's just been fun.
Mm-hmm. Is there any advice, recommendations that you would have for people? I mean, we're going to obviously put this out for people that are stuck at home, people that are new to the church, that you would have for recommendations for the future.
Well, I think, we just need to remember that God's still in charge, and we're going to get through this, and, our faith has brought us thus far, and hopefully will be here in the future for us.
Yeah.
Just encourage others to step out and do what they can do, and if we can help them, we're more than glad to help them.
Yeah, everybody gets involved.
Right.
Well, I hope that you've noticed that we put those crosses there to kind of celebrate. This is kind of a gift for your service. You guys, together, you've been for 24, 25 years you guys have served. Mm-hmm. And so that's huge. And so we wanted to honor you. Any special blessings that you have for the church for a new year?
I just pray that everyone stays safe and we can get back to normal and enjoy the fellowship and friendships that we've built over the years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just thank the church for trusting me to do this job for the time period. It's been fun in a way. It's time consuming, but I've always felt like, if I would have a different occupation that might have something to do with finances. So it kind of gave me a chance to try something different.
Well, you've done it just amazing. The transition in the last 10 years as the church has kind of grown.
It's changed, yes, it
has.
has.
The complexity has gotten really tremendous.
More technology.
Always more, right? Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for coming in and sharing this time. And we appreciate and hope that we can do this again sometime.
Okay, well, thank you.
Well, friends, I hope that you feel as inspired as I do by John and Linda, by their message and their ministry. And I hope that you learn from their example, that you feel called to step up, that you feel called to serve in a greater capacity. that even though you may not always be out in front of everyone, you'll have an opportunity to serve the message and the ministry of Christ as we offer together the voice of Christ that needs to be heard now more than ever. And so, friends, I hope that you'll ask a special blessing. Maybe drop a card or a letter off to John and Linda and let them know how much you appreciate their service through the years. I'm hoping that we'll be able to bring more of these messages of people that have served behind the scenes. While we're in pandemic and we're not able to gather here, we can still connect with those people that have served us and continue to be an example for us to follow in our own discipleship journey. Well, friends, thank you for being a part of Mount Pleasant, and we look forward to a new year of serving together in Christ's name.